Good morning. I'm in my workroom today and I'm about to tidy up and I'm going to do some alteration. So today's lesson is about people who have curtains and they relocate them to certain places. New house, new window in their house. So this job today is a curtain that I've made years ago, and she wants a new one for the third time, and I will show you all the curtains that I've made for her over the period of maybe 14-15 years. So the living room and dining room, they had two sizes. So the living room and dining room are going to put together and go into a large window, making two pairs of curtains for one large windows, and in each one of these curtains are, say, 6 joining per pair. So that's quite a large window, but one of them is 87 inches tall and the other one is 103 inches tall. So what I'm going to do now is we've bought some extra fabric to go at the bottom of one of them, and I'm going to add it on in a contrast. But the problem lies is that the other curtain, which is 103 inches long, is not going to have a border at the bottom. So I'm going to first do one pair of curtain and we're going to put them at either side of the window, which is a bay window, and see how that looks at the bottom when it's brown and then goes back into its ordinary fabric. And if she doesn't like it, we've got extra fabric to amend that, but it's getting quite costly because she's doing the whole house. So here beginneth. So I'm going to tidy up my workroom. There's her fabric there. That's her fabric there, and I'm going to put a picture of it when it's all finished, made of the original ones, and you'll see that. So let's get this table cleared. That fabric at the back is her fabric as well. So that is for the new curtain where she's replacing these ones. Let's get started. I had one of my subscribers telling me that he needs to see more close-ups. I'm just saying now, I understand what you're talking about, but because nobody wants to really hold my camera for me and walk around while I'm doing it, so it's down to me to move around as best I can. I've got 2 cameras and there's one at the back there, and I've got that facing around, but if I was to have all that and the amount of editing it does for just the 2, and if I was to have 4 cameras, one at each corner, to just get some close up, that'd be great when I get some more money. But at the meantime, I do try as best as I can to give you close up when it needs be, and I will try in the future, but at the moment it's a bit difficult to do that when it's a one-man band, to stop and then bring the bring the camera to a close-up. And let's not forget, I'm actually working here, and while I'm working, this is real. This is not just samples for your sake. This is customers' fabric and so on that I'm working on, and I just go with the flow and just get on with it. And when I think that you need to know something, I will take time out, but we're talking about getting on with my work actually. So I'll do my best for you. Here we have it. This is the contrast that I was telling you about. Let's work out how much I really need fabric. So let's put this on the table. So at the moment here, what she did already is she took the hem down already to test this out and realize how short it was. So we're not going to make the lining any taller because that is too much of a big job. So I've got a lot of tidying up to do, and there is no guarantee that these creases here, which has been done over the years, that when I iron it, it's going to actually come out. I warned her about this. She has to live with it. She said that's fine. So now, because I use my feller machine, I've now got to pull this out. And if you find the right end, let me give you a close-up. No, I won't, because when I give you a close-up, it goes out of focus if I touch this camera. And when it goes out of focus, I'm still using it because I cannot repeat it again. So let's just leave that alone. Now you've got to find out, this is a filler machine, you've got to find out which way does it work from, so that when I pull it, it will just ripple out. I think it's the other end. Let's try the other end. There, got it. So here, as I pull it, let me bring this to it. With my feller machine, as I pull the stitch, it pulls out. They're almost like butterfly stitch. So all that will come out easily. That's not going to take any time. My hands is getting freezing. Right, I'll tidy all that up later when I've done the majority of the work. Let's put this down. Right, the overall hem is 98 inches is there. So I've just got to do some calculation to make sure that the overall finish is 103. So I'm going to iron this out, and then I'm going to cut out the fabric and stitch it on, and then proceed and hem it as normal. Now, as I said before, I think I told you anyway, in the past when I've had alterations, what happened is people who's got cats and dogs, they tend to rip the bottom of the curtain. So that's where I step in to put a new fabric there in contrast and sort that out, because it's not really worth it buying a new curtain just because of your dogs. You can patch them up. So for those who have that problem, you know where I am. Isn't she a lucky woman? It's not looking too bad. Well, on the main fabric, because it feels as though it's got a bit of wool in it, but it's nice. The sateen is not doing too well. So she's going to have to look at that. I'm just going to do some calculation to see how much fabric I need. And now, the thing is as well, is I normally do a 3-inch turn under, which is 6 inches I allow for the hem. But because this is sweeping the floor, I'm not going to waste fabric. So I'm going to be a bit mean on it. So I'll do a 2-inch hem maybe. 2 and 2 is 4, so that's 4 inches. Plus what I need to make it up to 103. So 103, let me get my calculator. 103 minus. The curtain is 98 at the moment, so I'm going to say 97. So 103 minus 97, and I say that because even though it's ½ an inch turn up, I still allow that ½ an inch for mistake. So I will say minus 97. So I need 6 inches of fabric to give me the full length, and now I need a 4-inch hem to bring it up to, yeah, 4-inch hem. So that's 103 minus 97 equals, so that's 6 inches. 6 inches. So let's say I need 10 inches. Do I want to waste that amount of fabric? Because I need to get 2 stripes from 54 inches wide, which I could, but just in case the other side of the curtain that's still hanging up needs it, I will try my best to do my calculation properly to make sure I can use all that, because it's a very expensive material, would you believe it? Right. So here we have the fabric. And how much did they send me? And this fabric is a Harlequin fabric. When buying fabric, as you can see from a distance, it's slightly darker. But we couldn't help that because this is the nearest one we can get. So it has to do. I want 10 inches and I would like to be able to get 4 strips out of this. So let's see. Well, it should do, doesn't it? 10, 4 times 10 is 40. That leaves 14 inches at the end, so it will work. So 10 inch, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 for this curtain and 2 for the other curtain, just in case. And what I did as well is the bottom bit, I'm not going to cut strips like the way the curtain's made. The bottom's going to have one continuous long strip. Makes it easier for me as well. And it looks better. Anytime you're doing borders, you're going to have to waste fabric to get what you want. So I'm going to fold the fabric in half, and then I'm going to cut 2 at the same time. And measure out 10 inches. Oh, I did tell you, I don't need to keep measuring this because this is meant to be equal. So all I do is I make sure that this goes onto the iron mark of the hem, clamp it down, and that would be my 2 inch or just under 2 inches. So all along here, I just looked for the iron mark and folded it. It's as simple as that. And overstretch it. Yeah. So I don't see how, unless it's a stretchy fabric, will it go wrong. Do you know what? I won't provoke this with the steam anymore. If you want to be extra and use a guide to make sure that this is nice and straight when you're sewing it, you could go back and hem this at 6 inches just to give you an ironing mark to see so that when you're sewing it you are spot on. So you use this as a marker. Look at that. It's amazing how you could lose it. But I'm going to stop right there. But you could do that. So by the time you're sewing it, all that is nice and straight, a nice border. When you do that, you do both ends, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stitch it. So, oh yeah, got the other end to do. I tell you what, doing it this way saves me from carrying the whole fabric to the machine just to hem it. So if I did it this way, and then by the time I've hemmed it and sewn it on the other machine, I haven't got the weight carrying twice. So that's a good idea.